guys, Diecast Empress here, back for another quick cars review. Now today we are looking at part 2 of the brown box trilogy. So I've got one more brown box to go after this one, but firstly we're going to crack open this one and see what's inside. Now if you watched my video from the other day, you will know that one of these is, and it is the Lightning McQueen version of the Super Speed Mater sort of playset custom thing, whatever the heck we're calling it. And again, I've heard some absolute horror stories about these, so I'm going in with hopefully a bit of an open mind. I loved the Mater more than I hoped I would. I genuinely think it's one of the best things I own in my little collection. But let's have a look and see how McQueen fares out. Box is very standard, very similar to the other one. Got the beautiful Cars on the Road artwork. You see McQueen on the back, sort of decked out with Ghost of McQueen staring at like punk rock McQueen, if you will. But again, these guys are pullbacks, so they are very similar to a lot of the Disney Store stuff we've been getting. And I'm very happy that I do finally have this in my collection. As you can see, nice little artwork on the background there. But I think let's crack these guys open and see what's going on. Again, I'm using a sharp object, so this can only go badly, as I am a living liability. Come on, you prick. Open the box. What's holding you in? Nothing. Open. It's a good thing I don't keep boxes, because I wreck them like 90% of the time. Absolutely just wreck them. So here we have the McQueen himself. Looking pretty cool, I will admit. He does look pretty cool with his parts and gubbins and all the good stuff that comes with the On the Road McQueen and the Road Rumblers McQueen. Now I am going to use my trusty scissors again to try and get the parts out without cutting them or myself or... Oh, crumbs. Just open. What are you being held on for? Piss off. Now, as I said, I have heard some horror stories. Oh, Christ, that's flimsy. Anyway, I have heard some horror stories about these sets, so we will see what they are like ourselves and make our own decisions. As previously mentioned, the twisty caps that hold them in are the Cars logo. It's not going to show it because it's bright white and it's too sunny, which is really uncommon to say in England. But nevertheless, here is McQueen. Now, this is the Cars on the Road McQueen, who we have all seen a million different times now. He's obviously the main car of the year. It's Lightning McQueen. It's Cars on the Road. Yeah, it's something that we're going to see a heck of a lot this year, is this car. And I'm not fussed with that. I do like McQueen a heck of a lot. I think he's a very, very nice car, very nice design. Oh, he's got rubber tyres. Sorry, got distracted. I like this design a heck of a lot. I think it's really nice, really sleek, really sort of good off-season McQueen. I think he's good. I'm not too keen on this expression. He looks very soulless is a good way to describe him. And Mater looked a little soulless as well, maybe with like an eyebrow dent or two to make him look like he's not just got a straight line. But that's nevertheless, I mean, I'm sure I could try and customize him at some point. Now, let's have a look at the McQueen I loved most out of Cars on the Road, and the one that I am looking forward to least, Captain Flimsy himself here, Deputy Hazard. That's it. That's him done. No, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, props for them doing it and giving it a go and trying to make it work, because that's, you know, it's cool. It's a very cool design. And look, with the little eyebrow denty thing, it's a better expression than the base mold. But it's just so flimsy and it doesn't cover it properly. So I can see what people are saying about these things, that they're not very well made. They're cringy, like, and they creak. That doesn't sound like a good product. But I mean, it's not bad. It could be a hell of a lot worse, but yes, it could be a hell of a lot better. Now, for comparison, here he is with the Mattel version, who I Still absolutely adore. This is one of my favourite cars that's ever been released at all. And I think they did a great job with this guy. But looking at the decals, we can now see the Deputy is a bit more clearer. You can actually see Deputy Hazard on the inside there instead of sort of blurry Gumph on this one. On the back, don't get anything because it doesn't cover it. The light bar is really nice. And again, the decal on the top is nice and clear. So, you know, props to them for doing that much. I do like the expression. But other than that, this really isn't great. Disney Store can and have done better, and I'd kind of hope for them to do better than a plastic shell. But let's have a look at hopefully the better version of this McQueen. Now, this McQueen is going to be a little bit, from what I've seen, a bit fiddly to get together because I need to get this into this and this and this into this and this. Wanted to check. So McQueen's wheels roll from the back, whereas Mater's rolled from the front. Just thought I'd point that out. Nothing overly fancy. But I'm going to try and line all of this Gumph up and get McQueen, oh gosh, McQueen looking, oh gosh, very like punk rocky. Come on. I do love that the Disney Store cars, the undersides of them are so well detailed. It's something that you don't often see that much. You don't get that much detail normally in like the Mattel releases. It's just sort of very standard. I'm going to come off camera for a second and try and force this thing to behave. Oh, there we go. That worked. Why don't we just do everything off camera? It'd be bloody easier, wouldn't it? This is actually quite cool. It's actually, I'm actually quite impressed. I said this, I'm too easily pleased. I like things, I don't know, I'm easily pleased. I just like cars. So that's McQueen looking kind of McQueeny-ish. Now, annoyingly, his wheels don't really roll because there's not much clearance and like stuff rubs together that shouldn't rub together. As you see there. I mean, he'll still shove himself so forward. So there is that. You're so loud. Now, oh, I have buggered this up. This is meant to go over the back. Oh, God, I'm going to break it. Oh, I'm going to break it. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. We're all right. Okay, that's cool. I like that. And again, we've got these like self-concealing ports, which I think is really clever. That like the little bit on the back of this goes into the RS on here on his nose or his hood or his bonnet, if you're English like me. And it hides it and then it pops back up again when you take it off. I think that's clever. I mean, I'm easily pleased and I think that's very clever. Oh, God. See, now that's cool. This McQueen, I think that's amazing. I'm going to leave this McQueen probably like this for the rest of his life. I might have to fix his little eyebrow. But yeah, his front wheels don't really roll because they get caught onto the sort of like plastic siding of now his side. His back wheels do though. And it means you can still sort of slide him forwards and he can still do the... Come on, I'm bigging you up here. Well, maybe not. He did do the rollback feature, but... What I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to stick McQueen and his buddy Mater. You can bugger off. And I think, honestly, I'm just going to leave these two like this forever and ever because I think they look wonderful together. But yeah, I probably would recommend them if you wanted these versions of McQueen. If you wanted it for the Road Rumbler Mater, go for it. And if you wanted it for Deputy Hazard McQueen, just buy this one. It's much better. But as always, guys, I think I have waffled on far too much. So I will leave you all with that one. And I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks, guys.